Today's ride will have an interesting feature, that being a ferry crossing of the Ohio River at Cave-In Rock, Illinois. The ferry service has been running since 1829. Today, it's the Lonnie Joe vessel that takes an average of 500 vehicles per day across. I can't be the only one who wonders if a bridge was ever in discussion. The nearest bridge is 35 miles away in Shawneetown. It will be a water crossing across another state line into Kentucky.
Good morning, it's Tuesday, July 2nd. That means it is day 48, and we are preparing to depart the Simpson Baptist Church. We're going to cross a ferry at Cave-In Rock into Kentucky and end the day in Marion, Kentucky. It is a chilly 61 degrees right now. Chilly when I'm moving, but it's getting up to 90 today. That's the early start. 5:40 a.m. departure time. Will be a decent amount of climbing today, but since we went 16 miles beyond Goreville yesterday to Simpson, our route today will be thankfully shortened. Those dogs, are they gonna come after me? You coming after me, dogs? Well, they got on the road. I don't think they have the chase in them. I didn't end up going to any of the 7 nightclubs last night in Simpson, Illinois, but I did go to the new Disney resort in Simpson, Illinois. They call it Disney Universe. Bigger than Disneyland, bigger than Disney World. It's Disney Universe right here in Simpson. And decent rides, but kind of lacked the charm of Anaheim Disneyland. I'm looking at a deer. Going my speed. Oh, this is special. Whoa! 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 Another one! Hey! Sorry, you're not seeing any of that in my camera. One on the right, one on the left. Tracking with me. That was special. Illinois' Creek Naming Committee got real creative with this one. This is called Big Creek. We have an extremely tentative vehicle behind Paul. He has been following Paul for almost a mile and refuses to pass. I don't know if you can see him over my shoulder. The tentative truck and a car following it just passed. I met another eastbounder, and he's also on a long wheelbase recumbent. He's pretty shy and he doesn't say much, but I would like to introduce you to him. Yeah, he's right over here. "23 miles in, we just finished our first break and was looking ahead at the map. And we have 11 upcoming. 11 miles to Elizabethtown, where there is a Sinclair gas station, and I'll probably get a cold drink. And then 11 miles beyond that to the Cave-In Rock ferry, and then 11 miles after we exit the ferry to where we're staying tonight in Marion, Kentucky. 11. Very doable. Got another over tentative truck behind Paul. And I mean, I think its visibility is clear. Come on, buddy, make the pass. You can do it. Yeah. Nope. All right. Just wants to observe. Wants to follow us all the way to Yorktown. Finally, here it comes. Go on. That's right. That's right. Here's downtown E-Town, Elizabethtown, and the Ohio River to our right.
Hi.
Hello. .9 degrees. 17.9. Come on. Illinois. That's not cool. The Trans Am between Elizabethtown and the Cave in Rock Ferry, which I'm still another, how far from it? 3 miles or so. Oh, it's tough, tough, tough. I just hit 17.9% grade on this last climb. Oh, these are tough. These are tough. Oh, I need a break. All right, Sinclair Dinosaur. What you got for me? Well, here's the big surprise of the Sinclair station in Elizabethtown, population 300. A slot machine casino. What? Am I in Las Vegas? No, you're in Elizabethtown, Illinois. But I'm sitting at this table outside of the gaming room with my blue raspberry slushy drink and meatball sub and a banana or a blueberry muffin. Here's the side effect of the blue slushy. Paul's gone to the dark side. He's losing the respect of all Trans Am cyclists. He's gonna finish out the ride on an electric bike.
I pushed the gas down to get myself.
Oh, okay. Holy moly.
Just pedal.
We met the gentleman at the Sinclair station whose family puts this together. A little bicycle rest stop. They said on the other side, the side we didn't come from, is a long hill. And so the family was just seeing lots of cyclists sprawled out on their lawn after doing the climb, and they thought we should do something. So they put together this with some seating, and apparently there's some spring water around here too. How kind of them. Look at that, a phone charging station. And you know what? That is not a misplaced apostrophe for those of you other grammar nerds. That is in fact a screw hole. So they did not put a apostrophe there incorrectly. And there's the kitchen, right? Maybe there's there it is. You fill it up in the little kitchen. And there is our first glimpse of the Cave in Rock Ferry on the south side of the river.
Cave in Rock, Illinois is home to the ferry that takes pedestrians, cars, and thankfully for me, bicycles across the Ohio River. The ferry service has been running since 1829. Today, it's the Lonely Joe vessel, which takes an average of 500 vehicles per day across the river. I can't be the only one who wonders if a bridge was ever in discussion. The nearest bridge, if you're curious, is 35 miles away in Shawneetown.
We're getting ready to board the ferry. We'll probably start with a muster drill, and then I'm going to check out the buffet at the Lido deck. I'm going to book some shore excursions at customer service desk. Make some dinner reservations. Check out my stateroom. See if my luggage got delivered to my stateroom. And maybe drop a few quarters in the slots at the casino. I got a lot I can do on this ferry. On the ferry to Kentucky. The onboard karaoke was awesome for the 5-minute crossing. Somebody started to do American Pie but couldn't make it to the finish by the end of the ferry ride. We've exited the ferry and are looking for a welcome to Kentucky sign.
If somebody tells you that they live in the flat part of the bluegrass state, they are lying to you. There are no flat regions in Kentucky. Although the highest peak in the state is only 4,145 feet, we expect to almost always be climbing or descending across the entire state west to east. The Appalachians start in the east and will continue across the state line into Virginia.
Cross into Kentucky, have 900 feet to climb over 11 miles, which is decent climbing. But the problem is, I have no front brake. I pulled it and it lost all its tension immediately, and one of the mounting bolts on the front brakes is missing. Thankfully, there is a hardware store in Marion, so gotta make it 11 miles just on the rear brake, which is fine on flat ground, but the rear brake going downhill is not enough to stop me. That ferry, by the way, is free of charge for bicycles, which is kind of a surprise, and free of charge for vehicles. It's kind of a big surprise. I figure it must be cheaper to run the ferry than build a bridge, maybe. Up until I crossed that ferry at Cave in Rock, I just felt like there was some sort of bridle on my spirit, you know? You ever have that feeling like your spirit is just bridled? But then, you cross that ferry, you get into Kentucky, and that spirit is unbridled. I have unbridled spirit here in Kentucky. Hey! 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 told me this morning that he tallied up the miles we've done so far, and it was 2,600. That surprised me. I thought it was going to be just over 2,000 at this point. So, all right, that's quite the number. And the total route is 3,850. But you know, we ride around town finding our accommodation or to a restaurant, campground, all that tax on miles, so we'll end up doing more than 3,850. So 2,600 of that is quite a big chunk. Good job, Kentucky. Thanks for the bike route 76 signs.
Marion, Kentucky is home to the first major Amish community we will intersect with on the journey. Marion was home to the Holiday Drive-In movie theater opened in the 1950s, and it held out as long as they could until they eventually closed their gates in the early 1900s. Maybe had the drive-in theater allowed horse and buggies for all the Amish teenagers on their dates, they would still be in business today.
I've arrived in Marion, Kentucky. My first order of business is this hardware store. I want to get this brake issue taken care of.
New bolts have been installed on both sides for my front brakes. It's this right here and the matching one on the other side. And hopefully that holds out until Yorktown. Welcome to the Methodist Church in Marion, Kentucky. Here is the great living area. Looks like they must also use this for small groups or maybe a Sunday school class. And we got, of course, a picture of Caucasian Jesus on the wall there. Yeah, looking so Caucasian. And look at this actual beds. What? All the other churches we've stayed at, we've just slept on the floor. But I learned that the local Boy Scouts constructed these beds just for this room where they host cyclists. So I don't need to get my mat out and deflate that in the morning. How nice. Our daily recap for day 48 is as follows. Today's scenery was a 5. Nice canopy of trees, fun river crossing. And today's difficulty was a 6. It certainly got more difficult. There was a lot of hills to climb, huffing and puffing, humid weather as the day progressed. And my overall feeling of positivity is at an 8.